Hi, Dimitri.
Hello, hello, Hiroshi.
Yeah. Yeah, because you are now married in Los Angeles, but originally you are Russian. And
Yes, I
also,
was born.
can I ask you, like, you are Russian Jew?
Yes, exactly. I was born in Russia, but by my uh, ethnicity, I'm Jewish. Yes.
I see. Well, based on my small knowledge, I found out that, of course, I mean, Jewish people in Russia had a lot of hard time. Of course, not only just Nazi era, but also even after that, there are many prejudices against the Jewish
Yes,
people.
yes,
And
yes,
so now you are in the United States and you have an American citizenship. And
yes.
also you have a feeling of roots to the Israel.
Yes, I also have Israeli citizenship. Yes.
Mm. Then how would you think about Russia itself? It is your hometown or what kind of psychological
Yes,
opinion
yes.
you have?
It's a wonderful question. Yes.
Mm.
Um, my uh, my mentor in poetry. I also write poetry, and my hero and my beloved poet, and I was lucky to be his student, is a famous poet Joseph Brodsky. He's a,
Mm.
Nobel Prize winner in literature. He passed away in 1996. Uh, he was Russian Jew,
Mhm.
and he was forced out of the Soviet Union in 1972 by Brezhnev.
Mm.
And he went to America, to the United States. And Brodsky always answered that I am a Russian poet because my mother tongue is Russian. I think in Russian. I My best creative writing is in Russian, but I am a patriot of United States because I'm an American citizen.
Mm.
Uh, and in my case, I'm also a patriot of Israel because I'm an Israeli citizen and a Jew. But I love Russia
Mm.
because I was born there, I grew up there, and Russian culture and Russian language is my uh, untangible motherland. I think in Russian. I in my best creative writing, although I write in English, my best creative writing is in Russian.
Mm.
So I always take what's going on in Russia very close to my heart, and I'm praying for Russia, for Russian people, because I love them so much. They are wonderful,
Mm.
but they
That's
have a very
good to know.
difficult history.
Well, but right now, Russia, Israel, and the United States, these three countries, all of them in a kind of a division of the people and the chaos right now. Particularly, let me ask you about Israel, for example. Israel is a really tangled web inside that. And what is your kind of view about the current issue? Particularly, Trump administration is supporting current administration very well, right? And also, Putin's, Russia is also another controversial issue.
I'm by training, I'm a theologian. I graduated from Harvard University Divinity School,
Mm.
and uh, I think about these issues biblically because I'm a believing biblical man, and
Tell me, biblical man means more precise expression, please.
biblical man. Yes, I'm not an Orthodox Jew. I'm a Jew, uh, and I understand very well and feel uh, the beliefs of our Christian brothers.
Mm.
So for many Christians, they do not understand Judaism. A lot of Jews do not understand Christianity. Well, I think that my life's mission is to make a true bridge. So it will be one Judeo-Christian civilization, and Judaism is a root, and different Christian churches are branches, and this tree has to be one. I can talk about that very interesting issue for a long time, but I do not say that that God is only God of Jews and Christians. God is God of all humanity, of Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, and Shintoists, and atheists. When I arrived to Israel after the United States, I soon had established a think tank, an intellectual center. I called it Jerusalem Summit because, and actually, that inspiration I took from Hindu and Buddhist worldview, that the ultimate truth is like a summit, the top of the mountain, and we all climb through all our life journey to that ultimate summit. We try to understand why we were born, what is our life's mission, what is our relation to ourselves, to other humans, to the creation, to the universe, to the creator. And this ultimate understanding, this ultimate oneness with our creator is the summit. But we are born in our cultures, in our religions, and we usually climb by the path of our culture and our religion. And there is a big temptation, because when you climb the mountain, you see only your slope, your narrow sector. And there is a big temptation to think that this is the only way. That's why many religious people, Jews and Christians and Muslims, they are absolutely certain that their way is the only right way. And other ways they cannot lead to the summit because they do not see any other way. but only when you get to that top, you see all the slopes, and you see that there are many, many, many roads were leading to the summit. And Judaism and Christianity and Islam and Buddhism and Shintoism and Hinduism and even good-hearted and good atheists, they also got to the summit. Because God is love. God is all-inclusive. He's the God of everyone. He's not just the God of Jews and Christians. But I'm sorry, I have to answer your question about why.
No.
In Israel, it was a very correct question, because it's a very big issue, the internal fighting, as you said, in Israel and in America and in Russia. In Israel, it's biblical, because if you read the Bible, if you're a student of the Bible, you can see that all the Bible, all this thick book, can be seen as a description of internal fighting in the Jewish nation. There is Abraham and his children, Yitzhak and Ishmael, and there is internal fighting between Yitzhak and Ishmael. And then there is Joseph and his brothers. It's a description of the fight between Joseph and his brothers.
And Ismail created the roots of the Muslim too.
Yes, exactly. And it's all through history. If you read the Bible, it's all description of internal Jewish fighting. And even Jesus and those who were opposing him, Jews who collaborated with Rome, it's also a description of Jewish internal fighting. So it's okay. In Israel, there is internal Jewish fighting. It has been always the case, so nothing unusual.
But right now, this ideology is really, I agree with you, and I really want to support it. And but reality is also, people are so divided these days based on that slope issue, and
Yes.
how objectively people can watch their own slope and watch the summit of that to share each kind of value and creating a so-called synergy of understandings. And how would you think, like, what kind of, this is so kind of, for me, I totally agree, but this is a really long way for the people to reach that kind of area.